Yeah. Me too, my boy. I'm out here. I'm reading baseball books so I can try to be somewhat of a coach.
Oh man, no, don't do that. No, your kids don't
What
need
you?
that. Look,
I hit the.
hey, they've been doing fine. Hey, yeah, matter of fact, let's talk about that, dog. Let's talk about your boys. I know you don't brag a lot, but your boys don't get enough attention, dog. Let's talk about your boys being in baseball and what they doing right now.
I mean, my oldest man, he in college. He playing football right now. He started out at University of Toledo. You know what I'm saying? So as a parent, first and foremost, man, you just want to put them in the best position to succeed. So, for me,
Yeah,
having my first son go to college on the college scholarship, that was a big deal for me. Secondly, man, for me, I want to implement work and work ethic in my kids that nothing's gonna be given to them. So I knew nothing about baseball. But now, right now, it's my favorite sport, man. I'm involved in it. I go out there, I hit the ball, I throw the ball. I can't catch, I can't hit, but I try. I try. I can't catch it. I can't hit, but I try for my boys, man. But it's the same thing on your end, man. I'm seeing you opening up now. I'm seeing you opening up now. You know what I'm saying? You done had that baby girl now. I see how things change now.
Oh man, listen, I'm soft for Charmin. I'm soft for Charmin over here, man. Today she came over. I was out here trying to give me a vibe, drink some coffee, listen to some music. She came over and gave me a hug and a kiss and like laid her head on my chest. I'm like, listen, here go the credit card. Go, you can't even go shopping yet, but here you go.
You out
Hold
of
on
there.
to it.
You out of there.
I'm out of there,
You out of
man.
there.
Hey,
Hey,
yo.
hey, listen, she looked just like you too, my boy.
Oh yeah, face off.
She looked just like you. You can't claim that hair though. You cannot claim the hair. I'm not letting you take that.
Nah,
That is not your grain.
no, that ain't me at all, dog. That ain't me at all. Hey, listen, all I want to know is when we get out of this quarantine, is your beard gonna connect? Cause goddamn, man, I've been waiting for your beard to connect.
Listen, I done embraced it. I done embraced it. As I move on to the next phase, man, I'm starting to study the greats like Strahan, embracing the gap. I'm
Right.
embracing it.
You right. You right. And then that's the one thing too. A lot of people don't know, man,
I'm
because
embracing it. I'm embracing it.
you ain't on the front line all the time. But like you, man, I've seen you like really embrace a lot of things and really change in a lot of ways over our relationship. And it's been so great for me to see, man, just your evolution as not only a man, but just a way of thinking. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but listen, I'm gonna tell you now, and I give you I give credit where credit due, and I ain't just saying this because you my man, though. I watch, even though I get on your case and I tease you a lot. I watch, my boy. I watch the fashion change. You know what I'm saying? I watch the business moves. When I tell you, hey man, don't nobody never tell you nobody these crazy ass ideas. In my mind, I'm saying to myself. In my mind, I'm saying to myself, you got to think outside the box, UD. You know what I'm saying? So,
But
I
you
take I
have
take a
been.
little bit.
You
Yeah,
have
you
been,
feel me?
man. For all the people that don't know the things you do, man. Let's talk about your business, a little bit and how you got into it.
Oh man, I actually got into it when I was hurt, man. That season where Braun had just came down, and you remember that season I had just lost my mom. There was a lot going on that season. So
Yeah.
for me, I got into what can I do? Besides playing the game of basketball, that was the first time in my life the game of basketball had been taken away from me. You know as well as I do, man. When you get to that point as a basketball player, that's a scary point, man. When you don't know if you can ever be a player that you used to be. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
bro.
saying? That's a scary point. So, just sitting around brainstorming, man. The first thing is everybody knows me, know I was a chubby kid, man. I was a real chubby kid. So, I used to eat Subway all the time, man, just to try to manage my weight. So, first thing I said to myself was, I said, man, let me invest in something that, I genuinely like, care about, something I genuinely like that I got an experience in was eating Subway. So I just got in the Subway, got friends and family that need jobs. You know how that go where we come from. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying? You gotta look
yeah.
out for your people. So we was crippling them early, giving them handouts, man. That's crippling your people, man. So for me, I
Right.
was trying to provide jobs, man. So, what I'm saying? That just grew. You know what I'm saying? I got, 4 Subways, 2 Auntie Anne's, 2 Starbucks, 2 Einsteins. Me and you got 800 degrees wood fired kitchen together. You know what I'm saying? So following the platform of people like you, Brian, you know what I'm saying? Watching how y'all moving outside the box, man. I'm just trying to move outside the box. I just got in low income housing down, got our first building going up. You know what I'm saying? And when, a lot of people see Winwood what it is now, but people don't know what Winwood used to be. So, you know what I'm saying, man?
Boy,
Just trying to get
listen,
back to the community, man. Do something.
man, you doing that, man. You creating so many jobs for people in the community, and obviously, what we've been able to do for with 800 degrees that we just getting started, and right now, small businesses really need the love and support. And we're trying to do our
For
part
sure.
in Miami, especially with 800 degrees, and putting a plan together for all our employees, right now, because everyone is hurting. But you're definitely doing a great job. Just creating jobs, man, and creating opportunities for your people. You know what I'm saying? So that's
Oh
dope,
yeah.
man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Yes, sir.
mean, following the business. You know me better than anybody, man. The first thing for me is I was always guarded. You know what I'm saying? I never trusted nobody, but man, nobody can do anything by themselves, man. So, for me, I was just having to get out my comfort zone and learn to trust people that are more experienced in things that I know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? I'm a basketball player, so you got to surround yourself with good people, man. You know how that go.
I already know. Hey, listen, I know I see you liked it. You see yesterday, man, I went down memory lane real quick, and I posted what was it, game 4 of the 2012 Eastern Conference semis, and you came up big, dog. Let's talk about that a little bit. Let's talk a little hoop, man. You remember that?
I remember, my boy, you know what I'm saying? Like, one thing for me is like I'm so focused on moving forward and looking ahead that I don't really take a chance to look back, man. But when I was watching those clips you was posting the other day, I was saying to myself, I was a bad boy
Hey,
now.
what
I
that
was a
tip dunk?
bad boy. I
Woo!
was a bad boy. I was a bad.
Woo!
Oh, hey, listen. Don't you now listen. Now that's one I did. Hey, I did record that one on my phone and send it to my kids. Just let them know. Just let them
Yeah,
know something. Just let them know
yeah.
something. You know what I'm saying? My boys ain't really get to see me play too much, so I did record that one and send that to my boys now.
Yeah, yeah. Q Rich told me that once. He was talking about asking why he played in the Big Three, and one of the things he talked about was his kids not getting the opportunity to really see his career, and it's been so dope for them to be able to see him. Like, he won a championship like 2 years ago, and that was dope for them to be able to see their dad, like, you know what I'm saying, do something in the basketball space. So what's up?
Oh no, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah,
That's huge. I don't know. I don't know. That's huge. Like, I mean, for me, man, my most of my glory is, what I'm saying, my kids were either too young or not even born yet. My oldest son was born. He got a chance to see it, but my two youngest boys didn't get a chance to see it. So that's why even more, what I'm saying, of a situation where your last game, was important for me. You know what I'm saying, not only because it was your last game, because it's an opportunity to really go out there and play. You know what I'm saying, meaningful minutes for my kids to get a chance to see that. So,
yeah, for
that
sure.
was big for me. But a lot of people don't know about that Indiana series, man. When I came into that series and I was able to step up, but you was like 70% playing on like one knee. You was on like one wheel out there, but boy.
Yeah, my boy. Yeah, that game right
You was
there
on.
that I put out was probably. You remember what happened? Me and Spo got into it. And for
Yeah.
people that ain't out there that don't know, that game, me and Spo got into it a little bit. I got my knee drained the morning of shoot around. I got like 88 cc's of fluid taken out my knee, and I couldn't put any pressure on my knee. But I wanted to play because it's the playoffs, and I wanted to be out there for my brothers. But I sucked, and Spo got on me, and we got into it. And then later that night, normally as a team, we go eat together and kind of vibe together. I went up to my room, and UD hit me with a message like, "Yo, my boy, man, I'm gonna come up and holler at you." And I was like, "Man, nah." I ain't want to talk to nobody, dog, and even my guys. Like, I ain't want to talk to nobody. I remember you came and dropped off something to my room, like maybe like was like a book or some movies or something. You dropped something
Yeah,
off
it
to
was a
me.
book. It was a book. It was a
Yeah,
book. It was a book. It was a book called As a Man Thinketh. You know what I'm saying? That was a
yeah,
book that I was
yeah,
reading. It was a book that I was reading at that time called As a Man Thinketh. So I know you was going through, what I'm saying, physically. I know what it's like, man, physically when you can't put out what you used to putting out. So I was like, man, what I'm saying? Let me just throw this to my boy. But if you remember, I know you was mad because after you had got into it with Spo, man, you had kind of got into it a little bit.
I
You know
was
what I'm
hot.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say he done lost his mind. For all the people out there, for all the people, no, listen, for all the people out there that's watching right now that think Haslam is the hothead, introduce yourself, Mr. Wade. Introduce yourself to the people, Mr. Wade.
Hey, listen, man.
Introduce yourself.
We all got little hot head moments in us. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man, listen here, man. If I do what he did, I'd be in prison right now. They'll kick me out the NBA. I'd have been gone.
I
I'd
had
have
a
been
couple
gone.
moments, you did. I had a couple
I'd have
moments. Listen,
been, man, come
listen.
on, man. Out of
Hey, so
control. Out
look,
of control.
people ask us, people ask us all the time, like, what's our favorite ship? You know what I'm saying? Our time in Miami. What's your favorite era that we played in, man? Do you enjoy the era where Shaq came down? We had GP and Twan, or do you enjoy the era more when we had CB and Bron and Mike Miller and
Wow.
Shane and Ray and those guys? Which era was like the funnest to play in?
I'm gonna be a little selfish on this one.
Let me hear you.
The first era.
The
The
first
first era.
era. Because you
We
was
was out of
and you
control.
was starting out there.
We was out of control. That was when we could burn that midnight oil. That's when you only needed 2 hours
Yeah.
of sleep.
Yeah, buddy.
That's when you only needed 2 hours of sleep.
Hey,
That was
We was the Heatles before the Heatles 2.0.
oh man. Oh man, listen. Remember what Big Fella used to tell us? I don't care if you play it bad. If you party every night before the game and that's your routine, then stick to it.
Listen, Big Fella didn't care. He didn't care. He was like, listen, I don't care what it is. Stick to your routine. Do what you
Stick
do.
to your routine.
Don't change it
Do
at
what
all.
you do.
And he said that to the
Don't
wrong
change
group
it.
of people because
Oh man.
Twan Walk,
We ain't had
P and Pose, woo,
and listen, and that me and you we ain't had no routine yet. So we were just
right.
following.
Hey man, hey look, I got something right here, dog. You got these yet? You got these yet?
Nah, I don't got that specific color, sir.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I thought I'd show off a little something that I know you D ain't got yet from the Wild 8, you know what I'm saying?
You always showing off all the new stuff.
I know you about to get them. I know you about to check your boxes. They about to be in the box.
First and foremost, when Q Rich them got on you about the wine, I left the Lee Ning out of the conversation because Lee Ning take care of me. But see, now you want to get on here. But now you want to get on here and show off.
And listen, I told Lee Ning, I said, listen, I want you to have everything that I have, but I needed like at least a day or two before he get it. So
that's how you do.
We're doing this live. I got my shoes. You're gonna get yours probably today or tomorrow. So I got mine a little early, you know.
For people out here in the world, right now today, that think me and D-Wade so close. We tell you the little underhanded stuff that be going on behind closed doors that y'all don't know nothing about. That's how you do. Listen, I wasn't surprised when you ain't want CP to come to Miami because of the number 3. I say, CP, you should have known that. You know D-Wade.
No. Now listen, one thing I knew, UD. At the end of the day, no matter what happened, I knew that number 3 was going up in the rafters. So
I said, listen, if I could have called into that conversation, I'd have called in and tell CP, now you know who you dealing with.
He didn't know.
He know who we dealing with. You know who you dealing with. That man ain't giving up number 3.
No, because if you come down here, I got to give up even more of having the ball in my hand. You think I'm going to give up my number 2? Nah, we ain't doing that.
Now, let me ask you a question. When we talking about the eras and not having the ball in your hand, see, I was a different kind of ball player. How was the era when Bron came down? We had the big 3 era when you first had to adjust with not having that ball.
Well, it was tough. Obviously, it was tough. I mean, when you used to
made it look good. Now we made it look good.
No, we made it look good, but like on the inside, it not just for me, it was tough for all of us to adjust to a different role. You know what I'm saying? And like that's a part of sports. Through our whole life, we always had to adjust it. We all are role players, right? That's what people don't understand. Like even the star of the team is a role player. We all have a role to play. So for me, it was tough from the standpoint of like the criticism that I was going to take from the people who was used to seeing flash, but it was easy from the standpoint of like, this is what I have to do. This is my role to make sure that we all accomplish what we all came together to accomplish. I gave up millions of dollars for this. You know what I mean? I gave up a piece of the county for this. So we got to do whatever we got to do to make it work. So it became easy from the standpoint of knowing that no one was doing something because of anything other than to accomplish the final goal, and that was to win that championship. So we knew that.
Listen, we can't say the big 3. We got to say the big 4.
Don't say Mario.
Yes, sir. You got to put my dog Rio in there.
Did he just comment?
Come on now. I ain't comment, but somebody threw his name out there. We got to shout out my dog Rio now. The big 4, big 3.5.
Hey, listen.
At least 3 and a quarter. At least 3 and a quarter.
Rio, for his lack of abilities, wherever he lacked, he made up for it in heart, boy. Hey, he was the most confident dude. One of the most confident dudes I've ever been around.
Hey, D. Hey, what game was that? I think it was you or Brown. Y'all took a shot to go into overtime, and we missed it. And we went into overtime. Y'all took a game-winning shot. We missed it. We went into overtime. I think Rio tapped you or Brown and say, I was open.
Yo, hey, he wanted it. Listen, when he had to get the ball up to me and Brown down the stretch, man, you could see like the little hesitation in him before he passed it. Like, man, I really want to shoot this.
Man, listen, I'm going down. I'm taking Rio down to Foxhole 7 days a week and twice on Sunday.
I agree with you, brother.
He
I
gonna
agree
figure
with
out a
you.
way now. He gonna figure it out.
I agree with you, man.
He
Listen,
gonna
I think
figure it out.
what this time has allowed us to do too, and I just seen before we logged on in here, Brian was just watching Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals versus Detroit. I mean, I'm sorry,
Mm.
Detroit versus Boston. When
Mm.
CB came back, and he started making threes and shit
Mm.
out of nowhere. But I think this time has allowed all of us to sit back and kind of and reflect on our career a little bit, man. So as you reflect on your career, man, what are you most proud of?
Oh man. Obviously the 3 titles. You know what I'm saying? I think you get into this game, man, and I think when you get into this game, man, first you're just happy to be here because it's your lifelong dream to be in the NBA, and then next you want to see
Facts.
how can you separate yourself from the other
Facts.
guys that are playing this game. There's so many talented guys, far more talented than myself. You know what I'm saying? Far more talented than you know what I'm saying. You look at guys like Bron and the talent level that he has. There's talent out here, man. So how can you separate yourself from those guys? Because the talented guys don't always end up being the guys that win the championship. So, it comes a lot with winning the championship, man. You and I both know it's some dark days, man, that we had trying to get to that title.
Yeah, a lot of times for me, dog. Honestly, when the people ask, and when people ask me about the most fun I've ever had, I don't talk about the championship years because it ain't fun on your journey to that quest of trying to win the championship. It's sleepless nights. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah,
had as a team,
yeah,
it ain't all,
yeah,
love and hugs. Like we went at it a lot. We go back and forth. We argue versus each other. Like we argue amongst each other. We get on each other's
yeah,
ass. Like my funnest years
yeah,
was probably the years we didn't win because
yeah,
of the stress or the
yeah.
pressures. You know what I'm saying?
I agree 1,000%, man. There's a lot that goes into that. Now, I don't regret, any of the sacrifices that was made. You know what I'm saying? We all knew what we was getting into when we first jumped into it. We was all about getting that championship. But you know what I'm saying? Those would be the things that I'm most, proud of. And then secondly, what I've been able to do in this community. And then thirdly, what I've been able to do as a player, man, as a basketball player, as far as, the rebounding records and different things like that I've been able to accomplish being undrafted coming from that. So I'm looking that all these guys around before me, set the tone, and I just took it a little step further. Now you guys just continue to take it a step further, man. There's some undrafted ball players out here that can help teams, man, win championships. We do it every day in Miami.
Damn right. You know what, too? I'm glad you brought that up because I was actually going to ask you about that, dog. And obviously it's very known that your route to the NBA was different and difficult from the standpoint of you didn't get drafted, after what you did at Florida. Talk about that a little bit. So for everybody out there, man, that is not ranked as high or not getting all the offers or, and all the things they want right now. Talk about your journey and like what kept you in it mentally, saying for you to eventually reach your dream.
I mean, it goes back to where you come from, bro. You know what I'm saying? Being challenged at a young age, having a lot of grit. So, you know what I'm saying? Having to go to France when I thought I should have been an NBA pick. It wasn't the first time that I had to deal with adversity. First and foremost,
Right.
you get some people that don't deal with adversity until they're in their 20s and 30s. You know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
don't know how to react. So, that wasn't the first time I had to deal with adversity. But I will say, the first night I got to France, I gave myself one night to throw a pity party. I had a bottle of Hennessy. I went through about 3/4 of it. I slept it off, and the next day I got to work, man. And I stayed on American time the whole time I was there. I had never seen snow a day in my life, and I had never driven a stick shift. I crashed the car, went to jail. I broke the windshield because I thought you could throw hot water on ice on the windshield. I ain't know that it was going to explode.
Oh my God. I heard you say that the other day. That's crazy.